Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Scrap and we are starting today with a new project. In this project I will use the Enchanted Land from Ciao Bella, and you see here on my desk all the goodies I will use, or most of them. I have from this paper collection these fussy cut pad. Maybe I need this, I'm not sure, because you have in the other paper pads also some fussy cut elements, but I never knew. Maybe I need a smaller butterfly, or here these little snail. I will see. I have one of these. I have 2 packs of the 8x8. I have 2 packs from the Creative Pet A4 size. I have 2 packs from the Patterns pad. And I have 2 packs of the paper pad. For my pages, I will use some A4 size papers, and I'm using the European A4 size that measures 8 1/4 by 11 5/8. For the base pages, I will use some white cardstock. This is from Wassen Creative, the Florence cardstock smooth. This is, I guess, a 260 gram. And this is not this white one, this is a little bit of an off-white. If I need some bigger paper, I will use from Wassen Creative the 12x12 in white, 260 gram. So. Then I have some solid cardstock, and I choose from, this is a German brand, the shop called faltkarten.com, and I will use here these leaf green. I will use violet, and I will use some lavender. What I also need in this project is some gift wrapping papers, and I have this one here. I choose this because of all the butterflies and the moths, so this will be matching really nice with the flowers to the paper collection. We need some gift wrapping paper. What I also have is, I have here this one. These are 100 postcards of flower fairies from Cicely Mary Baker, and there are inside, let me show you this, 100 postcards. I have this for quite a while, and they are so gorgeous. Some fairy postcards, and I think I will use some of these in this project because they have the perfect size for a 4x6 picture as a picture mat. What I also have prepared are, I fussy cut from the paper pack and from the fussy cut pages of each sheet one. I have here a bunch of fussy cut elements that I can use, and I have them already cut off, so if I need some of these, they are ready to go. Here I have all the cards and the tags already fussy cut, ready to use. I have some embossing folder with leaves and flowers, maybe for some picture mats or for backgrounds. 3 different pieces. I have some paper frames, they are embossed, and I thought this could be nice to put in some fairies maybe. This I have. I have some charms here, some dragonflies for, yeah, to put this on a string for some string closures. I have here some fairies, and I have this one. I think this is a peacock. I have some threads, 2 different ones. I'm not sure which one I will use. This is a cotton string, and this is, yeah, this is another one. This is a little bit different, like this. And this is a cotton string. To distress my papers, I will use, as always, my vintage photo. I need some papers and a pencil to write down all my measurements. I need my ruler. I need some scissors, a craft knife, here a pokey tool, my scoring tool, a bone folder, a pencil and an eraser. I have 2 different glues. I have my art glitter glue to assemble all the flips and flaps on my base. And I have, for the bigger spots, to put down my design paper here, an all-purpose glue. This one is not water-based, so my papers will not get wavy. And this one spreads nicely under all my papers. And this is a cheap one. We need our scoring tools, we need, of course, a paper cutter, and what else that we need? We need our imagination. At the moment I am very inspired with Scrap Queen's newest project, the zigzag folio, with the extra space for some pictures. I do a zigzag folio once with the Sir and Lady Vagabond. What I don't want to do is I don't want to copy Scrap Queen's album. I adapt some of the ideas. I will adapt the big pocket behind my pages and the extra space for pictures. I will use these 2 ideas because they are brilliant. I don't want to make these zigzag folio. This will be a normal folio with 2 main pages inside, and then we can start. Our base page. I made here a tryout to show you how the base will look like. And this is Scrap Queen's idea, with the big pocket in the background, with 2 pockets for more space for picture mats, for little booklets or something like this, and the extra space for more pictures. Later I think we will do also some protection sheets, but I don't know how deep my hinge has to be, so this will be at the end, before I go and decorate this with the papers. To do this page, we need 3 pieces of paper, like some base pages or base papers, that measures 8 1/4 by 10 1/2. Our pages for the folio will be in the size to build up 8 1/4 by 10 1/2, and we need 3 for one part of the folio. We need, of course, our flaps on the left and the right side. This is an 8 1/4 by 11 inch, and we have to score at the 11 inch at a 1/2 inch. Maybe I will do this a little bit, not in 1/8 deeper, a little bit between 1/8 and a 1/2 for more depth. We need 2. For the small pocket, we need 2 pieces of paper that measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we have to score at one of the 8 1/4 sides on both sides at a 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, and 1 1/2. We need, of course, some hinges, because I'm working with A4 papers, so I don't have enough paper for all the scorings. For the big pocket, I need some hinges. I need 2 hinges that measures 2 inch by 8 1/4, and we have to score at the 2 inch at a 1/2 inch 3 times. And we need a bigger one that measures 2 inch by 10 1/2. And we have to score also on the 2 inch at a 1/2 inch 3 times. For the small pocket, we need 2 hinges that measures 2 inch by 5 1/4, and we have to score this also at the 2 inch at a 1/2 inch 3 times. And you need this pile 2. You need 2 of them. Oopsie, the other one I have already here. Okay, then we will start with the big pocket, and for this I need 1 of these bases, and I need my hinges for the big pocket. The first thing I will do is making my score lines. And we have to score on the 2 inch side at a 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, and 1 1/2. Half inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. So then I will fold my fold lines. So, and we have here this hinge like a V or like an M. same with the short ones. So these are my hinges, and we have to glue these hinges behind the pocket, the base, not the pocket, the base. I will do this with some glue. So starting with the first one. So other side. So this is left and right, and one on the bottom. And on here, first I will see if I have to cut this a tiny bit smaller, that we don't interfere here into our fold lines. And this is a tiny bit too short, so I snip off a little bit. So let me see. And this looks good. Yeah. So place this on the bottom of the base, in between your fold lines. So, and then we have to close here these corners, and I do one on the inside, then the next one on top, one on the inside, and the next one on top. So putting some glue to secure this. Other side, one on the inside, then the next one on top, one on the inside, next one on top. Drop of glue to secure this. So now it looks like this, and we need the second of our bases, and this goes on top of here of these hinges. This I have to fold a little bit better. This is peeking out. Yeah, this is good. So, glue on the hinges. You can use also double-sided tape, but I love to use glue because of the time I can wiggle a little and do the correct measure, the correct fitting. So then I line this up on all 3 sides and try to be really straight on the top. Then I can glue this down. If this is here not really straight, nobody will see this because this one will be covered up. So this is the big pocket. On top of this pocket we will do 2 smaller pockets, and for this we need these 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 pieces, and we have to score on 2 sides at a 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, at 1 1/2. Then we turn this at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. Next one, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. We turn this 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. I need my 2 small hinges for the bottom, 5 1/4 by 2 inch. And we score this at the 2 inch side at a 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, and at 1 1/2. Second one, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2. So I will fold all my fold lines. So we have to place our hinge on the pocket, and we do here exactly the same as the big one. We will see if we interfere into our fold lines, and just for the safety I will cut this a tiny bit smaller. and I glue this as the other one behind the pocket, or in this case on the front of the pocket, my hinge, so that nothing will interfere here in that hinge. And then we do exactly the same, one on the inside, outside, inside and outside. And I have here still some problems, so I will cut this in really a tiny angle. I think this will be easier to fold. Yeah, this is better. So, nice fit. Drop of glue to secure this. Number one. And number two. So, first pocket. Nicely between my two fold lines. So, on the inside, on the top, on the inside, on the top. And we will secure this. So these are my two pockets, and this goes here on top of my big pocket, and I will line this up on the outsides, so this does not interfere here on the middle. So putting some glue on my hinges. So lining this up nicely on the top, that we have this one here straight, and I can burnish this down. So, and the other one. I line this up on the outside. And I can burnish this down. So we have here a tiny bit of a space. I guess it's a 1/8 a 1/16 gap between. This is perfect. So the 2 pockets, and now we have to place on here the last of our 8 1/4 by 10.5 on here. I will do this on the 4 sides with some double-sided tape, and in the middle I will use some glue. So, and then I will use here my all-purpose glue, and I put this here in the middle. But please make sure that you don't put any glue here inside of these grooves, because maybe you will glue down the depth of all of your pockets. So I stay away here from this gap with my glue. So, and then from the top, here is the top, I line this up on the top. And place this down. So now it looks like this. And what we need now is our big flaps on the left and the right side. And for this, I have here these 2 papers that measures 8 1/4 by 11 inch, and we will do there some score lines at a 1/2 inch. And then I make another fold line for a tiny bit more of some depth. This is not an 8, 1/8. I guess this is more a 1/16 space. So 1/2 inch. Then I move this a tiny bit and make another score line. This will be kind of a round gap. So you see, just a tiny bit. But we have enough space underneath for some picture mats and for our pictures. So and this is our base page. I will do this with my other pile exactly the same, and then we can go and build up here everything on our base page. So we are working on the left side of our base, and I made a try out how this could look like. I made here a base, and I'm not sure if I do this also for the original or if I will glue this right away here on top of my base page. That I have to think about. The left side looks like this. I have here a kind of a waterfall, and I have here a waterfall, and here I have a big pocket. Then we can open this again, and we have here inside two flaps, and another flap goes down. And inside of here I will work with these beautiful postcards. So now I have to think about if I will work with another base and glue this on top of here. I think I will cut another base. So then I need an 8 1/4 by, which length? This is a little bit less than a 10 1/2, a 10 3/8. So let me cut a base in the measurement 8 1/4 by 10 3/8. So 10 3/8. And I will put right away on the back side some double-sided tape later to glue this on our base page. It's easier to do this now before all the flaps are on that base. So, okay, we are starting with this big flap on the right side, and for this we have here a piece of paper that measures 8 1/4 by 11 1/8, and we have to score here at a 1/2 inch and at 3/4. Half inch and 3/4. So this goes on the left side, on the right side, sorry. So, and on the left side I have this one here, and this one measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and we will score there also at a 1/2 inch and at 3/4. Half inch and 3/4. This goes here on the left side. So, like this. And now we can work from the inside to the outside. On the inside, I have 2 flaps. This one here. For the bottom, I have 2 pieces that measures 4 1/2 by 7 inch, and on the 7 inch side we will score this at a 1/2 inch and at 3/4. Inch, 3/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and we have a top flap that measures 4.5 by 4 1/8, and we have to score at the 4 1/8 at a 1/2 inch and at 3/4. On my tryout I did a decorative border, but I will do this here on the original a little bit different. I will only cut here my corners. So, and for this I will use this one here, these decorative edge. I think I like this more. So these flaps are 4.5, and I will glue this between these two flaps nicely in the middle. So the first one I need is my middle of this page here. This was a 10 3/8. Let me see for the middle. This is my middle. And now I have to see that I have left and right about the same space. And this is, a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch from the middle. I will glue this down. Quarter inch left, 1/4 inch right. So So this is the bottom flap, and the top flap I can use this one here as a guide. So I will use my bottom flap as a guide to glue this on the perfect spot. number 1. And number 2. And I think I will do for a closure a nice string closure. So underneath these 2 flaps I will make yeah, something with these gift wrapping paper, and this looks like this. This is a fold technique like origami, I don't know how to call this, and this is in the size for these flower fairies, and I will use this as some picture mats. We can stuck this here inside. 6 cards. I have to see for some nice cards. We have to go through all these cards. This is for an example. And this goes underneath here. And when we open this, we can flip through these pictures. And underneath you can place also a nice picture. So we will do this one here together. Let me put this aside. And for this folding piece, we need some gift wrapping paper, and this is in the measurement 17 5/8 by 8.5. This size is about the length of my gift wrapping paper. This was the length and it's enough. We don't need this one bigger or smaller. This is okay for me. And in the heights here we need an 8.5. So, and now we are starting to fold this. We fold this in half. The white side is facing me. Then we will fold this again to the top, and I try to be nicely straight. Then I fold this again in half. And this one also. It's like an accordion fold, like this. And we do exactly the same with the other side. So fold this to these middle points. Fold this back. And we will fold this here again. So now it looks like this. Now we start to fold. We have here these zigzag. I'm starting with these first piece and this piece and bring these two together to the middle and fold. So then these two. This one we have to fold here inside. Now I fold this to the other direction and also here the opposite side. Then I do the next here, same way, fold this to the other side and here the opposite side, nicely in the middle and fold. I have to be careful because this is not too thick, this paper. And last time on this side we fold this to the middle. So, and now we do the same on the other side. Starting here, fold this to the middle, same on here. And last time. So now I will fold this here back and I open this, both sides. And now we have to put these triangles to the inside. And fold this. If you have done some pop-ups, you know exactly what we are doing. So I have to see that my pointy ends are really pointy. So then the next one, fold this backwards. My pointy ends. So, and the last one. It's important when you fold your papers at the beginning that the white side is on the outside, because now we have all the nice patterns on the inside. So now it looks like this. And what we are doing now is we're folding these triangles to the middle. And we have to see that we lined up here these line with these fold line. And the opposite side also. And this one overlaps a little, and this is perfect. So then I fold this next level, and I do the same on here. Fold these triangle to the middle. So next level to the middle. And one more time to the middle. So, and now we have here these pockets. You can, if you like, put a little drop of glue here in the middle to secure these foldings. And I think I will do this. Just tiny bit of glue, not too much, just a little bit. So, and we do this one more time. So, and these are these pockets. Now I will glue this here inside of my flaps, and let me put this backwards, and I will glue this here in the middle. So I'm starting with one side. Yeah, I've lined here this edge on my fold line, against my fold line, and the other side I will do the same. Line this up with the fold line here at these 3 1/4. And when we open this one opens with us, and we can see all these nice cards. Here we will place some papers, and also we will place here some papers on, so this will be nicely secured. Doing this at the other side exactly the same. So I line this up nicely in the middle of my flap on that fold line, not on, against the fold line, not on the fold line. So number 1. And this side, and then we can open this, and we have here these nicely also folded like this. It's like a kind of a little book. I think this looks really pretty at the end. So this was the inside. And here on the outside of these flaps, I will place some a pocket and some other flaps. On the right side flap, I will put here a pocket, a big pocket. And for this, I have a piece of paper that measures 3 1/2 by 11 5/16, and this is a good measurement here for my flap. Maybe you have to measure yours, a measure to fit, and we have to score on 3 sides at 1/2 inch, and I will do this. Half inch and 1/2 inch. So cutting my corners. So this goes on top of here. So, and also on the right side there will be a kind of a waterfall, and I have here 3 pieces of paper that measures 5 1/8 by 7.5, and we have to score at the 7.5 at a 1/2 inch, all 3 pieces. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and a 1/2 inch. And I think I will cut here my corners also, like this, and these I will glue here on my right side. I have here my pocket as a guide, and I will line this here up, and on the top so this is number 1. The next one, this goes against the other 1/2 inch, and I line this here again with my pocket. Just a quick check, this will be perfect. And the last one. And this is straight. This is my waterfall, and here on the left side I will do also a kind of a waterfall. For this I have these 2 papers, one that measures 8 1/4 by 5 5/8, and we have to score at the 5 5/8 at a 1/2 inch. And the other one is 8 1/4 by 5 1/8, and we have to score at the 5 1/8 also at a 1/2 inch. And and a 1/2 inch. I will cut here also my corners, and I have to do this on this one also. So, and this I will glue on top here of this one. Just a second, I have to cut my corners. And these two goes on my left flap. So, and this is my page. We can start to decorate this with some nice papers. We need some magnets, we need a nice string closure. I think this looks nice. And this is later on with this one a nice and deep page. Here we can do some booklets, really some thicker booklets, 4 more pages. So I think we can store in this folio a lot of pictures. What I also have is really a protection sheet, like a scrap queen do this, because of all here these flips and flaps and maybe some decorations that could be get damaged, and I don't want to ruin my pages. Maybe I will do here also a string closure. Let me see. So I have here these protection flap, and this one measures 8 1/4 by 10 1/2, and I have a hinge. This is a 1 1/2 by 10 1/2, and we have to score at the 1 1/2, at a 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And this one, let me prepare this. So 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. So 1 hinge I glue on my flap on the top. and the hinge goes here on this flap. I will glue this down, but I have to check if I have to cut this. Yeah, I have to cut this a tiny bit smaller, or I have to glue my protection sheet here better on the inside. I will glue this on here. Yeah. Between my fold lines. I like this. This is later on here. And we have still enough space for pictures. This is good. And of course we have to cut here these corners. So then we can start to decorate.